You are now listening to Oversaturated, the podcast hosted by Johnnie and Ralph. Now let's get it.
I wanted to talk about Latto. I just couldn't find a way to kind of feel it.
Oh, got you.
She did that. What made me go listen to the album was that Flunk Fresh rap. She did.
Yes.
I was like, oh no, I'm running this. I'm running the album.
So it was a combination of that. So I saw the Funk Flex freestyle, but then she was also a guest on the JBP last week. I think last Wednesday.
Yeah.
And then, so just hearing her.
Talk
just
about
speak.
Her process.
It's like, okay, no. Like, because I didn't really know much about her. Like, I knew about her, never really listened to her music, but after hearing how cool she is and how she came up in the game, it's like, okay, I like her. Let me just check it out.
ATL kid that was just around. Like, she said her daddy was a hustler. Like, all that crazy. I was like, okay, I can see how she fell in love with rap.
On video shoots and all that as a kid. Like, nah.
I was just like, okay, I see it. And then, like, I knew she was on Rap Game. I think one of my partners told me about that. Yeah. And like, she was a kid on there. Ain't no kid no more.
She 23 now.
She grown now though.
Hey,
but I heard, like, I listened to a good majority of that interview, and then that Flunk Fresh freestyle sold me. I was like, oh no,
yes sir,
run it up, because I've heard maybe like just the radio singles. Like, I know she had Queen of the South with Trina and Sweetie, and then I don't like big energy like that because of the Mariah Carey flip. I just, it's just
same.
But I get, but this feels like a kind of like how Invasion of Privacy was, right? In the sense of the commercial appeal. Like, I see what you were trying to do with the single, but the album cuts is what really get the album going.
Yes, and that's the one thing I dislike about her album. So first of all,
the singles?
No, well, kind of. Oh, So I enjoyed the album as a whole. Like, the album is decent. Like,
yeah.
But from the singles are so vastly different than the album cuts. And it's like, yes, it be like that, but at least with the singles, there's some oomph in them still, some lyricism or something. Her singles are literally like mainstream singles that it sounds like she's trying to hit them out the park. And they're so far different than the album cuts. Well, that's my issue.
Because she's rapping.
Man, oh my, like,
she's rapping.
I need a full album of her rapping because she can rap. She can rap. Like, oh my god,
she was rapping. And then on the one joint, was it Trust No Bitch? I said, oh man,
that's the one.
She got it.
That's the one.
That's the one I kept running back. I was like, oh, because the intro was hit too.
Hard,
and then she flipped Latto, because she used to go by Mulatto, but she's talking about like it's lottery short for Latto. I was like, okay, I see. The 777. Okay, we playing now. Okay. But that Trust No Bitch, I said,
she won't bullshit.
Talk. And then I like the features. Like, the features weren't nasty. You know what I'm saying? Like the joint with Kodak. Yeah. But I do like the joint with Wayne and Gambino.
Me too.
I like that.
Me too.
I like that.
Listen, man. Wayne has been putting out fire features the past 2 or so years. So I wasn't even concerned about that. I was a little concerned with Childish Gambino because I didn't know
if he was a rapper singer.
I didn't know what was happening. And then he came in on that third verse. I was like, oh, he going.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Yes. I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Like, she didn't go feature heavy. I mean, it's a lot of. I mean, she only has 13 songs, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the songs have features. Not bad. Not bad.
I'm
not
cool
a bad
with
ratio.
Either. Especially with her being like a newer artist, and this being her debut album.
And then like the biggest artist on here is Wayne. And then we don't look at Wayne in that light like we used to, but we still respect what he may bring on a feature. But
of course.
But you got 21 Savage. The Dirk verse is actually good. I came a long way from Dirk. Dirk. I was like, oh, Dirk talk. Dirk.
That's hella funny.
And then Nardo Wick, like, I just know he got the one joint. He was all right on this track, but I don't know.
I ain't mad at it.
Yeah, I'm not mad at his album at all.
This is definitely something that I would
like.
At least a few of these songs I'll
spend the block, especially on the intro and Trust No Bitch, like in Sunshine, like for sure, like this staying in rotation.
Yes, sir. There's this album that came out called I Know Nigo. I don't know if you saw it. There's a new Tyler song.
No.
So the song is called Come On Let's Go.
Okay.
But the song was made for this album.
Oh, okay.
This is the only. I don't know who Nigo is. I'm assuming he's like a producer or something.
Oh, well, maybe it's a combination too.
Yeah.
Oh.
So what he got? So
like he got features on every song.
Yeah, and
it's producer or DJ Khaled type.
It's a song on here called Punch Bowl. Pusha T and the Clips.
Oh, send it to me immediately.
Say less. I'm sending you the whole album.
Oh yeah.
Because I want you to listen to the whole thing. But like, so Pusha T Clips on there, Pharrell on there, Gunna on there, Kid Cudi is on there, Pharrell on there a few times actually. Pusha T on there a couple times. There's a song with Pop Smoke and there's a song with Lil Uzi. And then the very first song is a freestyle with A$AP Rocky and Tyler from 2019. Shit hard. Shit is hard. So definitely check that. I'm gonna send this to you now.
Okay. Yeah, I like that.
I'm trying to think. What other music you listening to?
Honestly, outside of I ain't gonna lie, I've been playing John Pate every day.
Nah, hey, same.
I've been playing Pate every day.
Same.
Cause I had to text him. I was like, hey, look, bro, man. Like he said, he been kind of getting this same sentiment from everybody. I was like, what's grief, bro? Like I that's the song you was supposed to make, bro. Cause that's the standout track. Like yeah, you're rapping on these other songs. That's cute, but
that's the
this
one.
is the one.
That's the one. I ain't mad at it. And the whole EP is fire. And I think what's grief resonates with a lot of people who have had, those situations. So I get it.
Yeah,
I definitely get it.
Like I said, it's just too short, man. Like what you doing, man?
Hey man, we knew it was an EP.
We had to wait all the time on this.
Listen, man's already had a lot of slip ups with getting this shit recorded. So
yeah.
I know he probably finna take a break
before
we get something new, something else. So
yeah, but no, what else
I've
been listening to Dave East too. Like he had was it high? I can't pronounce this shit, but
yeah,
hey, look, but Method Man rapping like he has a song with Music Soul Child, dope. He has a song with
I didn't even know he dropped some.
Trader Truth, dope. Like the song. I mean, now this is virtually an EP because it's 9 songs, 34 minutes. Well, I don't know if it's an album, but I mean, Dave East rarely disappoints on albums. Like, if you just listen to it, you know what Dave East provides.
Right.
I think it's the features that kind of bring out a little bit more in him because I don't think I've ever heard him and Trader Truth rap together.
Okay.
But I like that song. I like Method Man being on the first track. Like Method Man kind of, he's still in shape.
Yeah.
Meth's still in shape.
Did you know? I don't know if we talked about this, but have you noticed Method Man hasn't like cursed in a verse in like years? You haven't noticed that?
Never noticed it.
He even mentioned it in like a few just random interviews that he does.
Now I want to go back and listen and call him a lie.
But it's been like a long time since he like used the cuss word in the verse.
Hey man, Meth is one of the let's talk about this.
Okay.
Is Method Man a legend?
Yes.
Like a legend or an icon? Because those two different things.
Talk about. Are we talking about a legend in music, or
right? I was about to say.
Wait. Are we talking about legend in music, or just a legend as an entertainer?
As an entertainer, yes. I'm like not the music. The music does not stand on its own.
Okay.
No,
that's why I had to clarify.
That's why I had to make sure.
I had to clarify.
That's why I was here because I don't know. I don't know how many people going back to bump to Cal 2000 though.
Wow.
Bumping that to Cal 2000.
Hey, that song with Busta though, fire though. What's it called? What's happening? That's my shit.
You know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the whole album though.
Yeah, I know.
The album got to stand up.
I know.
But no, like I think Meth is one of those ones that I'm never saying Meth was trash. That's not even. That's not where I'm going.
Of course.
But it's just that you're probably known more for the entertainment aspect than your actual music. And the music that he has, like he has monstrous singles, like the 3 or 4 that you can think of, respectfully. I'm not saying he doesn't have 20. I'm not doing that either. I know how these conversations go.
Right.
Like, no. I'm just saying for the monstrous hits, that he has.
Right.
It's kind of like, okay. But it's like, what else? What else is more so the acting, the personality.
Yep.
And he's aged gracefully. That's why I was kind of getting at. I was like, he's one of those legends.
Accolades.
And that's what I was about to say, the legends that aged gracefully. But I was like, and that's what prompted me to even ask you, like, is he a legend? Most people would say yes, but you have to. You got
to distinguish, man, what you talking about.
Because most people just like, well, yeah, he's a legend because he's been around that long. Well,
I mean, so it's no Busta Rhymes.
So it's a legend, but okay. Bust and Meth are two different rappers.
No, I agree. No, I agree.
Like two different rappers, though.
So would you say would you say musically Busta is a legend and not Method Man?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just making sure we're on the same page.
Yeah.
Just making sure.
Because this is the thing. Like, Meth is one of the breakout stars of one of the greatest rap groups ever assembled. So that puts a little bit of sauce. That's like an accolade that you can kind of hang your hat on. It's not a tangible accolade, but it's an accolade, right? And I think they won a Grammy for All I Need to Get By. Him and me.
I'm not sure, but
I believe that single did.
Hasty.
I'm just saying, though. You know what I'm saying?
Wait, I could just say, has Method Man won a Grammy? Yep.
See?
Rap performance by a duo or group in 96.
See?
Okay.
So he got that. You know what I'm saying?
He got the Grammy. The Grammy. That shit still ring today.
Most people at that joint, I'm just saying that's a timeless joint. So Meth got, like you said, being the most recognizable star out of Wu-Tang. Mm-hmm. That goes without saying.
Right.
And then you have a sustainable solo rap career. Mm-hmm. And then you bring Method Man along. Like, I ain't saying Method Man is a slouch, but you brought him along. Redman. What did I say?
You said Method Man.
Oh, okay. You bring Redman along, and then y'all do y'all thing. Mm-hmm. Then you start acting. And then not only do we start, like, we see you acting, we start respecting it a little bit more and a little bit more and a little bit more. So
I wonder if he's, like, written for people. Like, that's not something that would be just, common knowledge to the public, but I wonder if he
probably
writes. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
And then I think he does I don't know if this matters, but I think he does a Marvel podcast. So like he at one point he was trying to petition to play Cable. That's like one of the future X-Men.
Yeah, well, that's the one that Josh Brolin plays.
Yeah. So
actually, I could kind of see that.
Yeah, he was black in the comics.
Oh,
so
damn, they whitewashed Cable. Damn.
Hey man,
nasty.
Yeah, it'd be like that.
Well, I mean, they.
Oh no, I'm lying. He was black, not in the comics. He was black in the X-Men TV show, the '90s joint.
Okay,
that's the one I'm thinking about.
I was about to say, well, they whitewashed Nick Fury. So I mean, they blackwashed him. Wasn't he white?
I think there was a black
until they made him black. Like,
damn, did they do that?
I thought Nick. Well, from what I understood, Nick Fury was always white, and then like recently, like right before Sam L probably got it. He's black now.
They gave him some melanin.
Man, what?
That's hella funny. Oh man, I don't know. That's an interesting question about Method Man being a legend. Interesting.
See, man, I know I done pissed somebody off just even asking.
Right. Don't let the East Coast hear this shit.
Listen, I'm not even. This ain't even a regional thing. Like, I don't think that his music alone qualifies him as legendary.
Oh no, I mean same. I mean,
because when we started naming East Coast rappers, I think people would probably say Prodigy is more of a legend musically.
Probably.
Yeah, like. Listen, this coming from me. I don't know shit about Prodigy or Method Man. Like, but from the outside looking in, I think people herald what Prodigy was musically more than Meth. If you're talking about individuals. Now, we know in the hierarchy of where Wu-Tang is and where Mobb Deep is, but if you're talking about solo catalogs, I think people probably fuck with what Prodigy does a lot more.
Yeah. What about Mr. Cheeks?
Oh, fuck no.
Oh, no. That's,
that's
a joke.
He was 2 Chainz before 2 Chainz.
Because they look alike?
Pretty much.
Yo.
I mean, they made the same type of music. Like, Mr. Cheeks wasn't saying that. Like, I mean, actually, 2 Chainz is a better rapper, but, I'm off that.
Right. Cheeks ain't friend ain't me. Nah, that's what's up, though.
Look, man, Listen, I only give you things from my POV. I never try to be overly disrespectful with those things.
I saw you know who Skills is, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Skills, yeah.
Yeah. I saw him, I don't know if it was Facebook or Twitter, but he said, has Atlanta been running hip hop longer than New York did? Think about it.
I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking about this before I answer.
Because
hip hop New York had it since its inception until 98.
So from there, we talking.
Let's
just say from 80 to 98.
That's 18 years.
Yeah. Yep. Okay. So from 99 to now. And okay, let's rewind for a second.
Okay.
Has there ever been a pit? Oh, go ahead.
No, I guess where I'm interjecting is, where did the change of the guard come in?
And see,
Where do you think Atlanta took it from New York proverbially?
It had to be in somewhere in the early 2000s. Had to be.
Okay.
Now, but I do want to ask: was there ever a moment where there was another region that completely dominated hip hop? Well, let's just say West Coast.
Nope.
Okay.
West ain't never had it on
like
smash.
completely.
Like,
okay.
Because even when they came in that late '80s run to early '90s, right, it felt like it died out with pop.
Okay.
And that's not, and that's more of a symbolic gesture, because rappers still did their thing after pop. But when that East Coast West Coast shit happened and pop died,
yeah, okay,
it kind of felt like.
I got you. Okay, I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that.
Because if Death Row was the bannerman for what the West Coast was, it died with Tupac.
Okay, I got what you're saying. And nobody really stepped up in Pac's place like that.
Not like because Snoop left and went to the South. Snoop
No
was
Limit.
Snoop.
He definitely,
but he went.
He did sound No Limit.
He went to No Limit, and then he didn't have a West Coast sounding album for a while.
Damn.
Down for my niggas, that's Snoop's song, but does it sound like
shit.
West Coast?
That's some South shit.
My point exactly.
So
Snoop didn't start sounding like West Coast until the West Coast had a reemergence with like Game. Honestly, when Snoop started doing like Blue Carbon Treatment and what's the other joint? It was like the mid 2000s.
Damn, that makes sense. No, that makes perfect sense.
Because like respectfully, on a mainstream level, I can't speak about every West Coast artist, but from my vantage point here in the Midwest, from 96 until like 2004, like 2003, 2004, it was kind of rough for the West.
Okay.
In my eyes, right?
Okay.
And then when Game emerged, which makes him a legend to me musically, right? Because he put the West Coast on his back where people don't really want to give him that type of credit no more. Because of a mainstream appeal, the Game had it. And then that's when Kendrick comes out. Like, Dre was still around producing, but he wasn't, nobody was trying to listen to Dre like that.
Right.
Like, well, then you had 2001, though. Hold on. I might have to read. And I got to think about this.
What you mean?
In the Chronic 2001.
But with that one album, you think that was the West Coast dominance in hip hop? That's what you're saying?
No, I just thought it was a good album.
Of course. Oh, yeah.
It's a classic.
Definitely. Okay,
but
yeah.
I don't know if, like, that was enough to say the West Coast got it.
Got you. Okay. And
because even in 2001, that only added to what the South was doing. What was that, 99? When 2001 came out, it was really 99.
Yeah, it was early 2001.
It was really 99, and they just called it 2001.
Trying to look into the future and shit.
But then again, Dre is building his Aftermath empire, which doesn't feature West Coast artists. He's the biggest West Coast artist at that time. Yeah, you got Exhibit on there. Yeah, you got Dre on there. I mean, you got Snoop on there. And you got Nate Dogg on there. But
fucking Eminem.
But your flagship artist is Eminem and 50 Cent.
Wow.
So you can kind of look at Dre and be like, yeah, you helped us start, but when the chips was down, baby.
Yeah. no, that's big.
And the Game always attributes his success to what Dr. Dre did, for the West Coast and himself. So the Game, when he first came out, all he did was scream Aftermath. And then he only went to G Unit merely for a look as a conglomerate for, you know, Dre and the things that he was doing. So they kind of put him on.
So with that, so the West Coast never had a dominant span in hip hop. Do you think
like where it was just clear, like
where clearly the West Coast was, everybody was trying to copy what the West Coast was doing?
No, I guess I'll walk that back. Yes, but it was short lived.
Okay, now
because when the G-Funk stuff came out, it was big.
Okay,
it was big.
Okay,
it was big, but it was very short lived.
Okay, now that brings me to the Midwest. Was there ever a time where the Midwest was dominant in hip hop? Now, if it's the case, that was also short lived.
Yes, the Midwest had its moment. Right, and I'm talking about like mid '90s to like the early 2000s.
Right.
That's kind of where the thing kind of feels.
But was it dominant enough to where the other regions?
Nope.
And
because I don't think anybody ever tried to emulate what the Midwest was doing.
And that's what I was getting.
Like when you think about the essence of Midwest rap, I'm glad we're having this conversation. It's more so like speed rap, like it, you know, like speed, like it.
This is the thing,
because we got because I'm thinking about the overall picture, right? Because a lot of people from Detroit rap fast, a lot of people from Chicago rap like that, Ohio rap like that, we rap like that, like it's more like a speed type of thing, and you know the flow can be. It depends. Like I don't know if that flow was ever like translatable though.
I was about to say, of those artists that were speed rapping like that, only. Two were.
Who's the two? And not Twista. I mean Twista and who?
Bone Thugs.
Okay. Yeah. That's what I thought we was talking about.
And maybe Do or Die, but they were not as mainstream as the other two.
Nah.
Maybe Do or Die.
Because even when Eminem came out, he was rapping fast.
But that's not what translated to the masses though.
Oh no, that's true. No, I'm just saying like the essence, like the old Eminem, like he was
right.
Like he was doing that before.
No, that's true.
So I don't know.
So is that the Midwest's identity in hip hop? Is the speed rap?
I think so.
That's interesting because
I think so.
Because and maybe I'm looking at hip hop now. Like I'm thinking Detroit, Chicago, St. Louis all had different styles of rap.
Oh no, they do. But I just think the overall.
Got you.
Because you know, I mean Chicago. So I think
even with Chicago, you have so many different artists out of Chicago.
Detroit
None of them really sound the same.
Detroit too.
Yeah,
like they're so multifaceted.
Yeah.
So.
Damn, what was the original question?
Did the South ever have the reign in hip hop longer than New York? Yes, and I would dare to say yes.
Now, with that, because you asked this and we got off on a whole tangent. When was the changing of the guard?
I think it was the late 90s.
You think it was the late 90s?
When Jay-Z gets a lot of flack for this, but I'm going to paint a picture, right? When Jay-Z started going to the South to do songs,
okay,
that's how you know.
Okay.
Like, he jumped on Juvenile High Remix. He had UGK on Big Pimpin'. That bridged the gap. So if your biggest artist, your biggest East Coast artist sees this, hey, them Southern boys on something.
And then when was it that Ludacris hopped on Made You Look?
Oh, that was
later.
Oh, that's later.
That's
now.
later.
That's like 03, 02, 03 at this point.
Wow.
So Jay-Z did this in 97,
so
98.
you think that was the start of it?
The start.
The start of the South's dominance in hip hop?
When the number one honcho, if that's what y'all say he is, comes down here and puts on that's how I became a Jay-Z fan.
Wow.
Because it was hard pressed to really get into East Coast music here unless you had a big homie putting you on it. But what's popular is what's on the radio, right? Mm-hmm. Which is what?
South shit.
West Coast stuff, right? So I hear this East Coast cat get on an album that I already fuck with. Let me go jump into what he doing. Let me see. And then Jay-Z got big in 98. Remember that? Hard Knock Life we just talked about, 5 million. Mm-hmm. That's a lot of records.
No, I agree. I agree.
So
but see my thing, okay. I understand why you say
the late 90s. Like that's
but because of, you know, that may be the catalyst, but I think during that time it was still
It was
New York. It was still New York. I don't think
it was widespread though. Like, no, I get what you're saying.
Cause I'm thinking.
Hey, can we go back as far as to the South got something to say, or that's too far? Like that's like 90, 94.
That's too far. That's
okay.
That's
Atlanta,
just them.
Atlanta was popping musically, but I don't know.
Yeah, it wasn't like That was just them saying, "Hey, we here."
Yeah.
Like, cause they still wasn't really accepted like that at that point.
True. That's true.
So,
but Outkast becomes Outkast in '98. Like they really do. Like that's why I kind of like that's why I was bringing up the last episode. '98 is such a widespread year in hip hop. You got everybody eating. Everybody's eating.
That's where I was about to get right. Mm-hmm. So from '98 to let's just say 01, 02.
Okay,
it's a fucking free for all.
Everybody's selling.
West, East,
Midwest,
South, Midwest.
Everybody eating.
Nelly out. Everybody eating.
Eminem selling records. 50 Cent selling records.
Pimp juicing us.
Jay celebrate. So everybody's eating at that point.
Out of that,
hell, Game sold 5 in 05.
Damn, this is a great conversation. So during that span is where the free for all is happening because you got everybody from all these different coasts eating, right? Mm-hmm. But from the ashes of that, the South is the one that stood. And from there is where we at now.
I'm going to spin it off, and I'm going to bring it right back to you. You know what the problem was? And I wouldn't say it's necessarily a problem. Super producers. Super producers produce for everybody. Everybody went to see Neptunes. Everybody went to see Timbaland. Everybody went to see... everybody went to see them. So that kind of equates to what the music was.
Because then from there... You don't really have regional
sounds
music
anymore. One of the biggest songs off of the documentary was "Put You on the Game," a song that Timbaland produced.
Wow,
that beat could have went to anybody. Timbaland was producing for Jay. He was producing for Ludacris. He was producing for who the Neptunes wasn't producing for.
Right.
So those niche producers like Beats by the Pound that's so southern artists that like a Jay Dilla that's so I'm not sure when Jay Dilla passed. I think it was early 2000s.
I'm not sure either.
But Jay Dilla having the soulful samples. Like those things are regional. Now if they just happen to catch fire nationally, that's one thing.
Right. Because you never really know.
But super producers?
That's nuts.
Just Blaze. Like
And oh man, this is crazy. So with the Neptunes, do you consider Virginia the South? This is like another debate happening.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. But, I mean, look, we had this conversation. Do we think J. Cole and Pusha T are Southern MCs?
They are.
It's like I had that conversation with him, and I was really on the other side. I was like, no, they're not. But I mean, by geographical standards, they are. They really are.
They are.
Virginia, North Carolina, that is the South, my boy.
But see, with these super producers, they don't have a regional. I feel like they don't have a regional sounding sound.
They don't.
Neptune, Just Blaze, with Just Blaze being from New York, his shit don't sound like New York. His shit just sounds fire, like that anybody could get on.
And then Kanye emerged into a super producer. Like I don't know what the Chicago sounds like, but he was definitely on the heavy soul samples that just happened to translate to other artists.
Right. Wow. So from the early 2000s where we got this free for all with all the coasts, right? Everybody doing their thing.
Yep.
What year do you think it was where the South emerged as the victor in we taking this shit? This hip hop is ours.
Well, that's the case. It's 2000.
2000?
2000. I say that for sure. Atlanta, everybody popping in Atlanta in 2000. Ludacris, Stank on You with Outkast. T.I. is coming of age. Like he's really outside now. Who else?
But with that,
So Def, all that's popping in 2000.
No, true. And they continue to pop.
Yeah.
Throughout the early 2000s. But during that time, you still got your Nellies, you still got your West Coast artists, you still got the other people. So I
think the focus was on Atlanta though. Like it just seemed like okay. When hip hop, like when the East Coast niggas started getting salty and they said hip hop is dead. What was that? Mid 2000s?
Had to be.
All right. Well, 2005 then. Well, 2004, 2005.
And this is where I was getting. I think it was around the time Soulja Boy started to pop, which I think might have been 05, 06.
Okay. Like ringtone, the ringtone era is where they started declaring that hip hop was dead. But a lot
when in reality, it was really the South just emerging as
the number one.
Yeah,
number one. That's all it was.
That's nuts.
I know.
Man, we just broke the shit down.
It's like you have to.
great,
Yeah, when you go back and look at it, like it's just I'm saying we, like I'm a Southerner, but just the South just started to emerge and become more and more dominant. Like the lingo is becoming more and more dominant. The music that seems more regional and simplistic is becoming the mainstream music now. Mm-hmm. So now they're like, oh, hip hop is dead. Well, no, we just don't speak like you. That's the reason why it doesn't work for you.
Evolution.
And those record labels that always felt like you had to come to them, they started coming down here. That was the problem. That's why you haven't had a major New York store since when?
It's been a minute.
A long minute.
Long minute. And
that's why you can still have our rappers that we grew up on still drop projects that shake up the foundation of hip hop.
Yeah.
Or they put out a verse, you be like, oh, okay. But like when it comes to the mecca of hip hop, mm-hmm. they have been very, very non-existent for a while.
Rest in peace to Pop Smoke. But it sounded like, and from what I heard around the industry, it sounded like Pop Smoke was about to be the one to try to.
Well, they were getting ready to push Pop real heavy, and I like what Pop was doing. Mm-hmm. Like, I mean, now granted, I didn't get heavy into it till after he passed, so
Same.
It is what it is with that. But it seems like they're putting their money on Fabio Foreign now, who's pretty much a similar artist. The drill music, that type of thing. So. If he got a song with Kanye and Alicia Keys, they're pushing him.
And Nicki, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, he's everywhere. He's been on Donda, probably on Donda 2. Mm-hmm. He has a song with Kanye and Alicia. He has a song with Nicki. So that lets you know what they're trying to do with him.
Yeah. Wow.
And I can't tell you what he looks like.
Me either.
I don't know if I barely can recognize his voice, honestly.
To be honest, I couldn't even tell you what Latto looked like until just recently. Like, I ain't gonna lie to you. But, yeah. Damn, that's crazy. Beautiful conversation. Well, that was our first Patreon episode. Shit, just out of nowhere. Yeah. No, that was great. Yeah. I don't have a sign off for Patreon yet. So.
I don't know. No, we'll figure that out. But hey, Patreon subscribers, we appreciate you guys, man. Just make sure you share it. Well, you can't share this content, but make sure that you just, tell people about the good things, the good conversations that me and Johnny are having here on our Patreon, which is very, insightful, I think,
Word.
outside of the pod. So
yeah, we appreciate y'all for subscribing. We'll have more content for y'all, and we out. Peace.